One of the more annoying things about modern day trial chambers is the fact that if you were to die to an ominous mob, and when the mobs were to pick up the armor like what we see here, the moment we actually kill that mob, then as we can see, that mob will now no longer drop the items they actually picked up. Meaning, if say you lost like a netherite sword or something like that, and you were to have like one of these zombies pick it up from the trial chambers, then that netherite sword is gone. You were never going to see it again. Which is why today's preview is just such a welcoming one, because now, when a mob actually picks up some of your gear or something like that, and they were to die, now that gear would actually finally be dropped from the mob. And I think skeletons are an awful way on demonstrating this, because they are just not interested in picking this up at all. Okay, let's try this again. Give you that netherite chest plate, and still no one's interested. Either that, or maybe it's intentional that they don't pick up things now, but either way, you should now be able to get your gear that you actually lost when you died. Which is a very relieving thing to know, so relieving the fact that we have a new sleeping screen right here, and it's nothing too different than the one we have right now, I think, but yeah, it's just something to notice now. Something else that might be relieving to hear is the fact that there's been quite a number of parity changes inside this one beta, one of which being the fact that now you're only going to get Nausea 1 instead of Nausea 2 when you actually eat a pufferfish, for whatever reason. And honestly, it looks exactly the same as any other nausea, so it's not going to be anything too noticeable, let's be honest. At least not as noticeable as when you actually craft things using the stonecutter, which, speaking of which, when you actually use, like, the stonecutter for, like, oxidized cut copper, you'll now get 2 slabs instead of 1. And something else you should notice is the fact that you should be getting 4 quartz bricks from 1 block of quartz. I'm not exactly sure why it's not happening here, but that's what the changelog says, and that's what the changelog is supposedly saying. That's what's inside the preview now. Something else that's supposedly in the changelog is the fact that bees will now drown 1 second after being inside the water. And poor bee. I'm so sorry I had to do that to you. But not as sorry as the sound Zoglins make when they actually go to chase a mob or player now. But you don't think sounds like too much different than what they actually sounded before? I don't know. I don't know, anyone who plays with Zoglins a lot, let me know down below. There's also been quite a number of other different types of sound changes, such as the fact that if a crafter were to fail crafting something, such as say if you were to walk over some grates or actually breaking them, and a similar thing when it comes to copper bulb. And there are tons and tons of other different types of changes and fixes inside this update, meaning the update before, the 1.21.10 or something like that, should set to be released within the next couple of weeks or something like that. I'll of course keep you up to date as we hear more about that, but yeah, for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.